Lesson Chemistry Class 12 P block elements. Good morning children. Today we are going to start with the group 18 in the P block element. Group 18. Group 18 containing gases like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. All the remaining elements will attain the stable noble gas configuration with the help of these elements. These are all gases and they are chemically unreactive. Some neon compounds and some krypton compounds, sorry, not neon compound. The krypton compounds and xenon compound produce some compounds. The xenon will react with fluorine to give xenon fluoride, like that they will produce compounds. So they are called as noble gases. Next step, occurrence. These compounds mainly occur in a very small amount in the earth crust. For example, xenon, argon, krypton, all these elements are present in the dry air less than 1% by volume. In this, argon is the most constituent, most amount of present. Radon is a radioactive element and is short-lived and it is not available in the atmosphere neon, helium and argon are obtained from the minerals of radioactive origin. For example, pitch blende, monazite, cleveite, all these things gives the ores of this material give traces of these noble gases. Next one is monazite is a ore. It is monazite is a primary ore for prepared anthonide. One more thing. Radon is a rarest element. It is obtained by the radioactive decay of radium. Radium 22688 undergoing radioactive decay, it will give radon 22284. 86 plus helium. So on radioactive decomposition, we will disintegration, we get radon and helium, two noble gases. Next, we are going to talk about the physical properties. Before going to physical property, one question: why noble gases? Why 18th group elements are called noble gases? Because the outermost cell is filled with 8 electrons, complete stable octet structure, and these gases are unreactive. Only xenon and few compounds are formed, so they are called as noble gases. Next topic is physical properties. Physical properties of noble gases. Noble gases, they are monoatomic. It is not like other elements. They combine with other element to atoms of one element and atoms of other element to combine to form molecule. But here they are monoatomic. They are colorless, tasteless, odorless gas. They are sparingly soluble in water. And for example, helium is a one have very low melting point and boiling point because they have only one type of interatomic interaction called weak dispersion forces. This we learned in 11th standard. This is one helium atom and this is another helium atom. Positive and the negative electron oscillate in one direction, so the electrons are concentrated in one place, proton is concentrated in another place, so they will produce some weak dispersion when close to each other. This is one helium atom, this is another helium atom. In between some London forces that are called as weak dispersion forces. There is no real chemical bonding takes place between the two helium atoms. The two helium atoms come close together, some physical attraction taking place, that is called as London forces or weak dispersion forces. Friedrich London is a German scientist who observed who find this phenomena. So with the remembrance of the scientist, we gave the name as London forces. Here, this is high electron negatively charged part, and this is positively charged path. Dipole moment starts from positive to negative. So this is the weak dispersal forces. So less amount of energy required to break the bond. That is why they can easily liquefy at 291 Kelvin. The melting point of helium is 4.1 Kelvin. It is the lowest melting point compound in the element in the periodic table. Helium have some unusual behavior. It can diffuse with laboratory materials like glass, rubber and plastic. These are the 7 important physical properties of noble gases. Monoatomic means single. Next I am going to ask one question. Why noble gases have low boiling point and melting point? This is the question. The answer is the noble gases are monoatomic in nature. They have no real chemical bonding in between them. They have only van der Waals force of attraction between them. Less amount of energy required to break the bond. So the melting point and boiling point of noble gases are very less, and they can easily liquefy. The liquefy at 291 Kelvin. So this is the thing based on the noble gases. Next one, chemical properties. Chemical properties. Dear children, chemical properties. What is chemical properties? That is, these chemical react with water, acid or carbon dioxide with or oxygen, which give lot of new compounds are called chemical properties. Here the chemical reactivity of noble gases is very less due to some reason. Inactivity is due to some reason. The reason is completely filled outermost shell, high ionization enthalpy and positive electron gain enthalpy. These are the 3 reasons for inactivity of the noble gas. Why they have positive electron gain enthalpy? Because electron gain enthalpy is the energy required to add electron to the outermost orbit of an atom. Here the outermost shell is already filled with 8 electrons. Therefore no space for accepting 1 electron. Therefore very difficult to add electron. Large amount of energy needed for adding electron. So it contains 0 or positive electron gain enthalpy. One more thing is they have high ionization enthalpy because the outermost shell is filled with 8 electrons. So highly stable. Stability is attained. So gaining electron or losing electron in the noble gases is very difficult. Okay. Next one is when moving down the group, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. On moving down the group, size of the atom increases. This already we learned that. Okay. Physical properties. When moving down the group, size of the atom increases. Okay. So atomic radii. Now I am telling you about atomic radii. Atomic radii increases from top to bottom. Increases from top to bottom because the number of cells increases. One more thing is the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration of team. Group 18 elements. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. Electronic configuration is 1s2 helium, 1s2 2p6, 1s2 2s2 2p6. Here argon neon configuration 3s2, atom number 2, atom number 10, 18, 36, 54 and 86. These are the atomic numbers. Neon 3s2 3p6, then argon 3d10 4s2 4p6, and xenon krypton 4d10 5s2 5p6. Xenon 4d14 4f14 5d10 6s2 6p6. So the outermost electronic configuration of the noble gas is ns2 np6 except helium which has 1s2 configuration. So this configuration is called doublet, and these configurations are called octet. Outermost cell is filled with 8 electrons, means highly stable. Next some chemical properties. Due to the inactiveness of chemical compounds of noble gases is due to the noble gases are highly unreactive due to high ionization enthalpy, completely filled valence shell, and positive electron gain enthalpy. I have explained all those things. Ionization enthalpy decreases on down the group because of the size of the atom will increase. Electron gain enthalpy on moving down the group little bit decreased. Now I am going to tell something. People expect that the atom of higher size atom have somewhat reactive. Radon, they accept that radon will be reactive because atomic size increases. The electrons are free from the nucleus, so they tend to react. But actually radon is a radioactive element, short-lived, and the abundance of radon in the earth crust is very less. Therefore it is not used for reactivity. But on the other hand, xenon is a very important compound. It react with many chlorine, fluorine, oxygen, gives lot of compounds. In 1862 March in March 1862, Neil Bartlett, a scientist who find that experiments to find that O2 plus PTF6 minus, a red compound he prepared. In this case, the first ionization energy of oxygen is 1175 kilojoules per mole. And he observed that the first ionization enthalpy of xenon also 1170 kilojoules per mole. Now I am going to tell about some xenon compounds. Xenon compounds. Xenon react with fluorine. Excess xenon is excess. It will give xenon fluoride. Xenon react with 673 Kelvin 1 bar atmospheric pressure. Xenon react with fluorine. The ratio 1:5, and temperature is 873 Kelvin. Pressure is 7 bar, and it will give xenon tetrafluoride. Xenon reacts with fluorine 1:20 ratio at 573 Kelvin. Temperature 62, pressure is 60 to 70 barometric. It will give xenon hexafluoride. These are the main products: gas, solid, gas and solid. Okay, xenon and fluorine combine to give xenon fluoride at 673 Kelvin and 1 barometric. Whenever noble gases will give product, means some special needed. Pressure and temperature play a major role in this chemical reaction, and ratio mixing. Here in this process, xenon is taken as excess. In this 1:5 ratio of mixed, 1 part of xenon, 5 part of fluorine to give xenon tetrafluoride. And here 1:20 ratio, 1 part of xenon and 20 part of fluorine to give xenon is 5 Kelvin, pressure is 60 to 70 barometric. These are all important. One more method, xenon tetrafluoride reacts with O2F2 of 143 Kelvin. We will get xenon hexafluoride. That is alternate method of preparing the xenon. Xenon tetrafluoride react with O2F2 in 143 Kelvin. It will give xenon hexafluoride plus oxygen gas. This is also important reaction. Okay, these are the four important compounds prepared from the Janan compound. Now I am going to tell about the hydrolysis of hydrolysis reaction. Hydrolysis of Janan compounds. Janan compounds. Janan compounds react with water to give Janan fluoride react with water to give Janan HF and oxygen. Now I am going to write this 2H HCF2 plus 2H2O gives 2Hc plus 4HF plus O2. These are the product. HCF2 right. These are the product. And one more thing is these compounds are very good fluorinating agent. Janan is a very good fluorinating agent. It absorbs the water molecules wherever it presents, and Janan will react with water and it will give lot of products. Next I am going to tell about Janan fluoride react with the accepting compounds to give cation, and Janan react with fluorine donating compounds to form anion. Now I am telling this. Fluorination reaction. Janan difluoride react with platinum pentafluoride. It will give Janan fluoride cation plus platinum hexafluoride, and Janan tetrafluoride react with antimony pentafluoride. It will give Janan trifluoride plus antimony hexafluoride. So these are the fluorinating activities. Janan fluoride is a very good powerful fluorinating agent that I was explained here. Next, one more thing, the structures of this compound are explained based on the valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. Janan difluoride is linear shape. It contains 3 lone pair of electron and 2 bond pair of electron. To minimize the repulsion, we have to adjust the lone pair of electrons. We have to adjust the bond pair of electron in a straight line. Next one is the Janan tetrafluoride is square planar shape. And next one is Janan hexafluoride is distorted octahedral shape. Now I am going to draw these 3 structures. Valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. Structures of HCF2, HCF4 and HCF6. 1, 2, 3. Okay. HCF2. First I am drawing HCF2. This is linear shape. 3 lone pair of electrons and 2 bond pair of electrons. This is the fluorine, Janan difluoride. So this is the structure of HCF2. So according to valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, this is the stable structure. To minimize the lone pair interaction, we have to adjust the fluorine and Janan bond in a straight line. To adjust the bond pair, we have to adjust the bond pair with respect to lone pair so that the molecule attains stability. Next I am going to tell about the xenon tetrafluoride, square planar shape. This is, I am going to draw the structure first. Fluorine, 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 and lone pair of electron is there. Here also lone pair of electron. The structure is square planar structure, and that there are four bond pair of electrons, and two lone pair of electrons, lone pair of electrons. So it contains four bond paired electron, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 electrons. So 4 bond pair. Here 2 lone pair electrons. This is the structure of xenon tetrafluoride. Now I am going to tell about the xenon hexafluoride structure. XCF6 structure is like this. Xenon 6 fluorine atoms are attached to xenon. Because xenon is a bigger size atom, we discussed in the 17th group element. If the size of the atom is bigger, means more number of small size the atom will attach. Because the space between the one small atom and other small atom is more, so there is no repulsion taking place between the fluorine atoms. See, xenon is a bigger size atom, fluorine is a very small size atom, so the difference between these two is high, means more number of fluorine will attach. That is why the xenon hexafluoride is possible. Here it is a distorted octahedral shape. This is one example, like similar to SF6. Next one is xenon trioxide, Z. This is also an important compound. Xenon trioxide. Xc double bond O. This is called xenon trioxide. It contains one lone pair of electrons. Okay, it is next one is square pyramidal. Next structure is XCOF4. This is another structure, xenon. This is square pyramidal shape, and this is called pyramidal shape. This is the structure of xenon oxyfluoride. These are the structures given in the textbook. Thank you, students. Have a nice day. God bless you. Next class we will discuss the remaining things.